Hello and welcome to the Follow the Moon Challenge. My name is Allison Wonderland. I am your host and I will be uploading daily videos that will help you stay connected to the moon energy for that specific day for the entirety of a moon cycle. Today is day 16 of the challenge. We are more than halfway through this challenge. If you need to catch up, check out the other 15 videos and make sure that you have liked and subscribed so that you will be notified when I upload these daily videos. It's finally here. We've finally made it. We have gone all the way from a dark moon up to a full moon. This is a 2-week process that the moon goes through that is just gradually increasing with light. When we have a full moon, what do we have? Something that is fully 100% completely illuminated with light. What happens when we have an abundance of light? We can see things clearly. It all makes sense. The intentions that you set on the new moon are either working out or they're not working out. Which one is it? What do you need to do? What do you need to change? What do you need to get rid of? The full moon recognizes the things that are working and the things that are not working. Specifically, on a Leo full moon, we're focusing on the positive things that are working. What is working out? We can worry about what's not working out later, but what is working? And we say, thank you. Thank you for this thing that is working in my life. I want more of this. Please, can I have more things that work in my life? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We talked a lot about the characteristics of Leo energy and Leo season in yesterday's video, so feel free to go and check that out if you want a deeper dive into the energy that encompasses Leo. But in today's video, I've done a collective reading and asked on Archangel Ariel any messages for us on this Leo full moon. Before we jump into the collective reading for the full moon, I want to talk a little bit about the zodiac energies and how they fit what is seemingly perfect into the year, into our cycles that we experience here on this planet. And because we have gone through half of the zodiac already, it's basically like we are going through all of the seasons in 1 month. All of those zodiac energies encompass the qualities that zodiac season encompasses. And so, for example, with Leo energy, this is middle of summer energy that we are experiencing on this Leo full moon while we are currently in the middle of winter. So when we started off this moon journey with Aquarius, which Aquarius season encompasses the middle of winter, we have this totally opposite energy that's illuminated here. While we are in the darkness of winter, we are reminded that, hey, summer's on the other side of this. It's still there. Just because we can't see it or feel it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So all of the zodiac seasons, zodiac energies have this opposite energy with them. Specifically for this year, we have 2 Aries new moons, which kind of shifts the energies that the zodiac are usually paired with. We always have a Leo full moon in Aquarius season. We always have a Cancer full moon in Capricorn season, and so on and so forth for the entire zodiac. However, with this Aries, double Aries moons, that energy is shifting a little bit. So when we look at the wheel of the year, if you find Aries beneath the spring equinox on the right-hand side of this image here, directly across from that, the opposite end of the year, is Libra. So we usually always have an Aries new moon paired with a Libra full moon, which we do. But then we have a second Aries new moon, which is then paired with a Scorpio full moon. And usually Scorpio is paired with Taurus, but instead this year we have Scorpio paired with Sagittarius, and so on and so forth for the rest of the year. So I just think it's important to recognize that we always have these opposite energies throughout the entire year, but this year it's shifted a little bit different, and while it's still opposite energy, it's different energy, which I think you will, by the end of this challenge, you will be able to recognize and understand, hey, this fire energy feels different from this fire energy. Leo fire energy feels different from Aries, and Aries feels different from Sagittarius. And when we recognize these patterns and cycles, that's what helps us get into the rhythm. And I think that this is important to point out based on the messages that we get for this full moon in Leo tarot reading. All right, so we are starting off with this card of Archangel Ariel, and you can see we've got a lioness up there. There's a unicorn, there's lots of nature. So the Archangel Ariel corresponds to nature in general, and but specifically that power and that strength and that courage that Leo energy has to offer for us. So that's why we're focusing on Archangel Ariel. You can envision this peachy orangey color when you call on her to help you with anything in your life that you need strength and courage. Just like you can call on Leo energy for that as well. So we thank Archangel Ariel for being here. Thank you to any other spirit guides or angels that wish to connect to us and give us any messages for this Leo full moon of February 2023. So this is for the collective. What message do we need for the Leo full moon? So first off, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Six of Swords. The Four of Pentacles is a card of stuck energy, and I think a lot of us have been feeling very stuck. There has not been much movement recently, and me personally, I was waiting for Mercury to go direct and for Mars to go direct, and I thought that would bring more movement, but it still feels very slow. Like when I go to do something, I just can't get it, and it's not necessarily a procrastination. I've thought and I've planned and I've made decisions, and just things aren't moving forward, and I don't really know why. Other than, like I said with my January 2023 predictions, let winter be winter. But specifically the Four of Pentacles does speak to finances, and either being too frugal with your money and saving and saving and saving and not willing to spend any money, like not willing to, like if you know somebody that's in need, or if you see something that you want and just refusing to buy it, or you refuse to help somebody out because you're worried, you have this lack mentality, and you're worried that if you were to share and to expand or spend your finances, that you might one day be without, that you will be the one that is struggling. So this is holding on to your finances extremely tight and not letting go, not allowing for any movement. And the lesson of this card is that we want prosperity and abundance to have movement to it. We have to be open to receiving abundance, receiving prosperity. We can't, like when we close ourselves off from it, meaning when we don't allow ourselves to spend, or we're not allowing ourselves to give, then that also inhibits it coming towards you, allowing your being open to receive it. So we need to have this give and take flow to prosperity and abundance. And I think almost everybody, at least the people that I know, well, I think most of us are experiencing this shock every time we go to just get our basic needs met, to get our groceries, to pay our bills. And inflation is getting worse, and the prices are going higher, and we're all feeling this tightening of our purse strings. I love that we have the Chariot in the middle here, because this is going to allow for some movement. This literally is the card of movement. This is having things being balanced, just like I was saying about the give and the take, the giving and the taking, the giving and receiving. We have to have this balance to create movement and for things to flow and for things to even and work out. I also want to talk about this balance energy specifically with this Leo full moon, in the sense that Leo season and Leo energy is very fire and summer energy, but we experience it in the middle of winter. So the universe naturally creates balance, and the Leo full moon in the middle of winter totally, completely embodies that. Like, we can't be in this dark, frigid environment without reminding ourselves that the exact opposite is true, still exists, even if you can't see it. And that helps us to remember, okay, we will be moving forward. We can be moving forward, specifically to better things with the Six of Swords here. The Six of Swords is moving from the darkness to the light, from a difficult situation to a better situation. And I'm just looking at the Ariel back here, is we need to be reminded when we're in a difficult situation that we can be strong enough to move forward. We can be strong enough to keep going. We can make it through the darkness to the light. So let's see what the oracle messages are that we have here. The cosmos, creativity and vastness. And look at that full moon on here. This is number 41. We also have the Altar Priestess. This is my favorite card. But this one is coming to us in reverse. Her message is preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. But she's coming to us in reverse. So we're going to read those messages. And the Metal King, discipline, armor, and boundaries. I'm just noticing here too that we have 37, 39, and 41. So they're all kind of like in the same number range here. So I think the cosmos is the last one. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so this is the cosmos card. The cosmos appears always as an ally and never as a challenger. So when she says that, this is the ally, and when it's in reversed, it's a challenger. So the altar priestess is challenging us. So the cosmos is neither ally or challenger, or is both. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. That's what I was just saying, the energetic exchange of giving and receiving. This teaches us that every intention we set, in fact, contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others, from an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing the outer world. Most important, keep taking action towards your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. I love a creativity card for a Leo full moon specifically, but also the message about the giving and receiving, and paying attention to your thoughts, that what you are thinking is what you are creating. So I know it's difficult when we're in troublesome situations, when we're in difficult situations, chaotic situations. It's hard to think of positive things but the more we think about these negative things, the more we think about like, oh gosh, my grocery bill's so high, like what am I going to do? We're going to go without food. We're going to have to cut back. We can't cut back anymore because we've been cutting back for the last 2 years. Like, how can we cut back more? If we're constantly thinking about these things, it's going to continue. This cycle is going to continue. So we have to retrain our brain to think, okay, we might have to do without this week, but I do have good things coming for me. The prices are going to go down. I am always divinely taken care of. We're always working. You're always looking for work. You're always going to have income. You're always going to have this abundance that is flowing to you. The universe is infinite. So you can start with like little baby steps of like, well, let's do this week, but next week it'll be better. And then you can take that even a step further, that eventually once you train your brain to get to that, wrap it around the thought that the universe is abundance and that we are all taken care of, and that when you start to see those little things that you have thought come to fruition, no matter what it is, good or bad, once you start to recognize that, whoa, I thought that and it happened, it's like little baby steps, and that increases that momentum to like, I create my reality. We all create our reality. It's just having to face the fact that I had those negative thoughts and negative things happened. So now we just need to retrain our brains to think positive. And that's what we're doing here in these communities, to uplift each other. It's okay that you had a bad day. It's okay that you had a negative thought, but let's do better. Let's be better. Let's be more positive. I'm kind of scared about the altar priestess though. But I am open to receiving the lesson. See what I did there? I had a negative thought and I tried to turn it around. Are you degrading yourself in any way or lessening the importance of your impact in your world? Have you allowed someone to dishonor you? Have you failed to stand up for your beliefs in order to get something you want? The altar priestess warns that continuing on this path could bring you trouble, as you may be aligning yourself with lower ideas as your companions. Another message she brings you is this: never sell yourself short when it comes to your intuition. You're always led to the highest ground when you follow your inner guidance. An important responsibility is brought to you when the altar priestess comes as your challenger. You're being required to be a spiritual warrior and to have courage. Be ready, respect yourself, and believe in your purpose, as you're being chosen to be the embodiment of the sacred in the world. In essence, you're challenged to be the best you I think there's a typo here. The best you that you can be out there. Yeah, that's a typo. So in essence, you're challenged to be the best that you can be out there. You can do it. Spirit is counting on you. And that is my biggest message with Leo full moon anyways, is you can do it. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. I'm working on believing in myself too. But I see all of you out there growing and being the change that you want to see in the world, and I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm working on being proud of myself, so let's be proud together. Let's see, the Metal King's message. The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. Others' emotions are not yours, no matter how empathic you may be, empathic or empathetic. Another of the Metal King's messages is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. It's a good time to shine and be proud of what you have accomplished. All three of these messages said proud. How perfect for a full moon in Leo. So this is a message for the empaths. Raise your hand if you're an empath. Everybody who watches this channel is probably an empath. It's so difficult. I know how hard it is, but you can do it. Figure out what works for you. The bubble technique doesn't work for me anymore, but it used to, and now I've had to create different layers and different shields of protection that keep me safe when I go out into public. And one of those layers isn't necessarily a boundary of protection. It's when I come back in the house, I send that energy back. Or when I leave the grocery store and I'm sitting in the parking lot. I went to a public event last night. When I got home, I sent all of that energy back. I disconnected from it. I paid attention to where I was feeling, what I was feeling in my body, and releasing it and sending back that energy. It's not mine. I don't want it. I don't need to hold on to it. And most empaths, when I met all new people last night. Every single one of them was telling me their life story. I don't know what it is about me, but people just really want to tell me their life story. Complete strangers. And the people that I met and was working with were telling me their life story, and I was just like, okay, but I have to send that. I used to carry it. I used to hold on to it and be like, oh, I have to carry it. I have to help this person. I have to be this person's friend. And I don't have to be, because long story short, send that energy back. Figure out what shield of protection, whether it's a bubble, a shield, a releasing exercise. Some people like to I mean, imagine that energy is like smoke and that you can just recognize it, but then it just blows right through you and dissipates, and so that you're not holding on to it, you're not keeping it. I wanted to read the Ariel message in closing here. Her message is, have courage and faith in yourself and your beliefs. I will help you stand up for yourself and defend anyone who needs your strength of heart. So, the Leo full moon is highlighting what you are most proud of yourself, recognizing that we can't keep ourselves closed off, we can't keep ourselves isolated. We have to believe that prosperity is coming our way, that we are never going to be without the things that we need, that we're always going to have wealth and abundance provided to us, and to change that negative thinking, balancing that light and dark, recognizing, okay, hey, this is a negative thought, but let me switch it to a positive one so that we can move forward and move out of this troublesome situation and into a more positive one. Do something creative today. Have a craft night, have a coloring night. If cooking dinner is how you express your creativity, it doesn't have to be like an art project. How do you express your creativity? What are you most proud of yourself? Change that negative thinking. We want this altar priestess to be upright. We don't want her upside down. Reinforce your energetic boundaries. Try something new if they're not. Now that we're on a full moon, we can start thinking about what we want to release. Right now, we're highlighting the positive things. The Leo is highlighting what we're most proud of, what we're most good at, what is working in our lives right now. The next couple of weeks, we're going to start releasing what doesn't serve us, what is blocking you. When you think of your highest, best self that you are the most proud of, what's that negative thought that gets in the way? Where did that come from? Why is it there? How can you release it? Recognize that it's not going to happen like this overnight. It's okay. Love yourself where you're at. But right now, we're full. We are totally full and illuminated. And that's where we are right now. We're going to start decreasing. But right now, we're full. You are full. You have everything that you need. You are divinely protected. Be proud of you, because you're amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on this Follow the Moon challenge. I hope that you have a wonderful, glorious, prideful Leo full moon this evening. And if you are interested in a personal or private reading, please check out my website, priestessofwonderland.com. Also check out the links in the description box below to purchase a Just a Phase Moon Planner if you are interested. And if you would like regular readings, those are available in my coffee shop. And it'd be a good idea to take advantage of them now, because I'm going to be changing them. Probably going to be raising the prices. But for those who have purchased before I make that change, you are grandfathered in, so your membership will not change. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another transition day.